Blake, you came back to win games, and you guys are off to a good start. I mean, how would you just kind of assess where you are and where you could still go as an offense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's great to start 3-0. You look at last week. There's a lot of things that we can clean up offensively, defensively. I'm sure it's the same thing. So, but it's a blessing just to be able to start 3-0, being able to go in this week looking for another win.
Blake, you lost a couple of your top receivers from last season into this season, but it doesn't seem like it's had much of an impact on the production that you guys have had. How's it just been, through these first few games, throwing it to those guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. It's like I said from the beginning, those guys, good group of guys to be able to work with, come in every single week ready to play and get better. So, can't say enough good things about them, the preparation and who they are on game day too. I think a lot of those guys, whenever they step foot on the field, they're ready to play every single game. So that's good to see, and we have a fun time doing it.
You spoke in the summer about how close you got with Camario and Luke, and seeing that those guys go out there and make some plays on Saturday. What was that like for you as somebody who kind of has helped them along since they got here?
I mean, it's awesome to see whenever you put in a ton of work in the film room, at practice, things like that, for them to be able to go out and show everybody kind of, what they're made of and the things that they've been working on. It's cool to see them be able to go show that on Saturday. So it was fun supporting them from the sideline, watching them kind of do their thing.
Speaking of that, on the reverse side of things, I think Camario came up to you and said, "I believe in you," on that final drive going up against Arizona State. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
What did that mean to you for a young kid to come up to you and tell you that he had belief in you to go out there and make plays? And what's your relationship been like with him as a fifth-year senior and a first-year guy?
No, it's been awesome. Like I say every time whenever we talk about Camario or Luke or whoever it is, the relationship that we've been able to build when they first got here has been tremendous. And so, I think they know from the preparation, the work, and all the things that we do together. They kind of see it behind the scenes every single day. So I think that's where it came from. He knew that, I was ready for that moment, that I've, been in college for a long time, seen a lot of different things, and I think that he trusted in me to go out there and lead us to a win. So, I think for us it's just the relationship that we've been able to build and things like that. So, I appreciate that a lot from him.
On the trick play where Camario gets the touchdown pass there, what's that like calling that in the huddle, knowing, okay, you're going to give this kid an opportunity here?
Yeah, it's awesome. You look at him, you can put him in so many different situations. I think, the first play, we lined him up at receiver. He comes and bounces behind me. I fake a throw to him and toss it to Ant. Like, he's just a decoy for the defense on that. And when you put in, like, an athletic guy like that, the defense it's very noticeable that he's in. So eyes are on him. And then the next play, being able to kind of fake the pitch and then him take it around the edge and then make a huge throw to Brennan was fun to see. I mean, you can put him in the game and make our offense very dynamic just because he's in the game. So it was fun seeing him be able to do that, especially for his first touchdown too.
Offensive line has had a lot of musical chairs. How does that maybe impact you when there's all these changes on the offensive line from week to week?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't impact me a ton just because, I can't control kind of the coaches' decisions and who they put out there. So, I think for me, just being able to control the things that I can control, that's a huge thing for me, whether it's a guy at receiver, whether we go down with an injury, we got to put somebody else in, or, somebody on the offensive line where, we're rotating guys, trying to get guys reps and things like that. So, for me, just be able to go out there and control what I can control.
Back to Brendan and Anthony, obviously, when a lot of talk was in the preseason, and based on their previous careers, that they were two guys that were just going to run verts, and that was going to be it. And obviously, the both have shown to have an expanded game and expanded route tree. How soon did you see that in camp, that I guess in spring practice, that both guys could do multiple things?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it pretty early. Obviously, two different types of receivers, but both very fast. Can push the ball down the field and get them the ball, but also in the intermediate pass game, making decisions on option routes and things like that. They do a really good job of finding grass. And I think the knowledge of the game stands out to me with both of those guys. They understand the game. They understand the situations within a game, when we need to go get a first down, things like that. So, you know, I think the knowledge of the game helps a lot, but then also just their vertical threats, but they know how to find grass and good with the intermediate throws.
Talk about where you feel like the depth on offense is right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're in a good spot. Obviously, you're going to have injuries, especially getting into like week 4, week 5. You're going to start finding guys going down and things. And so, you know, for us, the biggest thing is being able to plug in guys. Doesn't matter who's in the game. We always talk about all the time, like, it doesn't matter who's in the game, whether you're a 1 or a 2 or even a 3. Like, you're expected to come in and be the best that you possibly can for the team and know the job just as well as the 1s or 2s do. So, you know, you can't control those things. It's part of football. So the biggest thing is just picking up the pieces and being able to, whoever's in, just be able to execute at a high level.
You look at the rotation of receivers. Obviously, Brennan and Anthony are going to be at the top of that. Who do you feel right now is making a push to be that third guy in that rotation?
I mean, obviously, I think Jordan Mosley. You know, the first few weeks we haven't been able to find him a ton, and you know that's partly my fault. There's a couple of times where he can get the ball and I wasn't able to get it to him or something like that. So, you know, you look at Brennan and Ant, we're always talking about them, but you look at J-Mo too, and obviously he hadn't seen the ball as much as those 2 guys, but he's a guy that I look at that's like he's ready for a breakout game here soon, and I'm excited to see it.
Anything else for Blake? All right, thanks.
See y'all.